what's the problem here? You might be saying, well, Roman, okay, but you're paying for it in returns, right? The total return of SPY is roughly 80%. The total return for this portfolio is 50%. That's not good, right? Well, here, what you're doing is you're kind of comparing apples to oranges. This orange portfolio, right, doesn't bear the same amount of equity exposure as the SPY ETF. What happens when we engineer a portfolio to bear similar equity exposure, but also reduces volatility drag? This is the idea of not compromising your main return engine. Whether you're harvesting the variance risk premium, whether you're just bearing simple market exposure, whatever it is, if you have some sort of hedge leg or hedge sleeve, you're going to be compromising that return engine. But once you start to introduce leverage in an intelligent way, you're going to be bearing the same amount of exposure. You're going to generate more returns because you reduce volatility drag, and you're going to have a lower max drawdown. That is exactly what you see here. This is a portfolio that beat the S&P 500 by literally almost every measure. A better risk adjusted return, 0.79 to 0.77. A lower max drawdown, right? Negative 22% to negative 25%. A higher total return. And this is a consequence of reducing that volatility drag, improving risk adjusted return. You have this diversification, if you will. I don't like just saying diversification because you're still bearing exposure to undiversifiable risk to generate your return. That's your main return driver. But what you're doing is you're including this hedge leg, hedge sleeve. You're doing this in this capacity with a few different ETFs. You can do it with options as well. That introduces the structure required to reduce these drawdowns to become more capital efficient. But that is the goal of portfolio engineering. And that is the objective, the stated objective, effectively, of the fund that I am working on launching. With that, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something. This is certainly one of my favorite topics, if not my most favorite topic in all of quantitative finance. It's really amazing to see how you can outperform passive management quite easily with a little bit of strategy and an effective quantitative toolkit. And if you'd like to build that quantitative toolkit, check out quantguild.com. Whether you're looking for roles in the industry as a trader or a market maker, or you're just a hobbyist and you'd like to work on building portfolios like this one on your own, QuantGuild is certainly for you. We have an adaptive practice engine that scales with your skill level, lessons, games, courses from A to Z, and more. And you can get started right now for free. I'll leave a link in the description below if you'd like to get started on QuantGuild. Other than that, I want to thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. After studying quantitative finance at the undergraduate and graduate level, master's, PhD, I was not satisfied with the transition from academia to industry, which is exactly why I built quantguild.com to help you master your quantitative skills for roles as a trader, a market maker, or a quant in the financial services industry with an adaptive practice engine that scales with your skill level so you can progress to more and more difficult topics. Over 100 hours of lecture content taught by myself, everything from A to Z. We're talking about first principles to the postgraduate level in coding, stats, math, data science, research. The list goes on. QuantGuild is the platform that I wish I had when I was coming up to be a quant, and that is exactly why I built it for you guys. So if you're looking for roles in the financial services industry as a trader, a market maker, or a quant, check out quantguild.com to master your quantitative skills.